Have you ever stood up from a chair and noticed your legs don't feel as strong as they used to? Maybe carrying groceries feels heavier than it once did, or perhaps climbing stairs makes you short of breath faster than before. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. Many older adults begin to feel like they're slowing down after 60, and it's easy to assume that losing muscle is just a natural part of getting older. But here's the truth. While some change is expected with age, most people are losing muscle faster than they should. Not because of aging, but because of what they're not doing. In fact, research shows that up to 99% of older adults don't consistently do just 3 simple things that could protect and even rebuild their muscles. That's right, 3 habits that are completely within your control. They don't require a gym. They don't take a lot of time, but ignoring them could be the reason your legs feel weaker, your balance feels off, or your energy isn't what it used to be. In this video, we're going to walk you through those 3 powerful habits, what they are, why they matter, and how to start them right now, at home, in just a few minutes a day. You'll learn how these tiny changes can help you keep your muscles, improve your strength, and stay active longer, without stress, pain, or pressure. So if you've been wondering why your body doesn't feel as strong as it used to, and more importantly, what you can do about it, stay with us. Because by the end of this video, you'll have the tools to take back your strength, one simple step at a time. I know you are a person who likes to watch videos quietly. If you have not liked and subscribed to the channel, now is a good time to do it because you are a kind person. If the video is helpful, press 1. If the video is not good enough or needs improvement, press 2. Thanks everyone, now let's get started. Number 1, why muscle loss happens after 60. As we move through life, our bodies change in quiet, gradual ways. One of the most overlooked but most important of these changes is the loss of muscle mass. After the age of 30, we begin to lose small amounts of muscle each year, but after 60, this process accelerates significantly. The medical name for it is sarcopenia, and while it might sound complicated, the idea is simple. If we don't use our muscles, we lose them. But the good news is, this isn't just an unavoidable part of aging. Much of this loss happens because of what we stop doing, not just because of age itself. You may have noticed your legs feeling a little more unsteady when standing up, or your arms tiring faster when lifting something light. Maybe you used to take long walks, but now even short distances seem tiring. These changes can creep in slowly, often disguised as just getting older. But they're often signs that the muscles we once used regularly are no longer being challenged, and so the body begins to let them go. Muscles are like relationships. They need attention and care to stay strong. And that care comes from 3 things: movement, hydration, and nutrition. Without regular use, the fibers in our muscles shrink. Without enough water, muscles become stiff and prone to cramping. And without proper protein intake, the body simply doesn't have the raw materials it needs to repair and build muscle tissue. Let's take the story of James, a retired teacher now 68 years old. For years, he was active, teaching, walking the halls of the school, playing with his grandkids. But once he retired, his daily movement dropped without him noticing. He swapped protein-rich lunches for quick snacks and replaced water with tea and coffee. At first, he didn't feel much difference. But over the course of a year, things began to shift. He noticed his balance wasn't what it used to be. He had trouble standing for long periods, and he even stopped joining his walking group. James didn't realize that his body was quietly losing muscle, not because of age alone, but because of missing habits. Muscle loss affects far more than your strength. It influences your energy levels, your posture, your balance, and your independence. When muscles weaken, the body begins to compensate in unhealthy ways, placing more pressure on joints, risking falls, and leading to stiffness and fatigue. The great news is, this process can be slowed down, even reversed, and it doesn't take a complete lifestyle overhaul. It just takes simple, consistent habits, which we'll guide you through step by step in this video. By understanding why muscle loss happens, you're already one step ahead. You now know that it's not just a matter of getting old, but of whether your muscles are being supported, moved, and nourished. In the next part, we'll dive into the first major habit that most seniors stop doing without realizing it, and why even a few minutes of movement a day can be one of the most powerful ways to protect your strength and independence. Number 2, the first mistake, not moving enough. One of the biggest reasons older adults lose muscle isn't because they're sick or fragile. It's simply because they've stopped moving as much. It happens so gradually that we barely notice. After retirement, we sit more. We drive instead of walk. We take the elevator instead of the stairs. And over time, this quiet shift into a more sedentary lifestyle has a powerful impact on our muscles. Muscles were made to move. They don't need intense exercise or heavy lifting to stay strong, but they do need to be used consistently. When we stop using them, even for a few weeks, the body takes that as a signal. We don't need this muscle anymore. And so, slowly and silently, our muscles begin to shrink. The legs feel weaker. The arms tire more quickly. Our balance gets worse, not because of age alone, but because the small stabilizer muscles that once supported us aren't being activated anymore. Let's take the story of Maria. At 72, she was still sharp and social, but after a minor ankle injury, she spent a few weeks mostly sitting. What she didn't expect was how quickly her strength would fade. When she tried to return to her normal routine, she found it harder to stand for long periods and more difficult to get out of bed. Her legs felt wobbly and her energy was low. It wasn't the injury that set her back, it was the inactivity that followed. That short period of sitting more and moving less had caused her body to start letting go of the strength it had spent years building. The good news is, you don't need to run marathons or lift weights to reverse this. Even a few minutes of light movement each day can send a powerful message to your body. Keep these muscles strong, I still need them. Gentle activities like walking around the house, marching in place, doing arm circles, or rising slowly from a chair all help keep your muscles engaged. The key is not intensity, it's consistency. Think of movement as medicine. Just like brushing your teeth protects your smile, a few minutes of gentle movement protects your strength. And the earlier you start, the more you preserve. Every time you move, your body gets stronger. Every time you sit too long, it gets weaker. It's a simple truth, but one that makes a big difference over time. In the next part, we'll show you some of the most effective simple exercises you can do at home. Even if you haven't moved much lately, these movements will help you wake up your muscles, improve circulation, and help you feel steadier on your feet in just a few minutes a day. Number 3, simple exercises that activate muscle memory. One of the greatest gifts of the human body is that it never forgets how to move. It just needs to be reminded. Even if you haven't exercised in years, your muscles still hold on to something called muscle memory. It's the body's way of saying, I remember how to do this. I just need a little practice. And that's where simple, low-impact exercises come in. For older adults, especially those who are feeling weaker or unsteady, these movements can feel like a second chance at strength. You don't need to run, jump, or lift heavy weights. In fact, some of the most effective movements are the smallest ones, done slowly, gently, and with intention. These exercises may seem too easy at first, but don't let their simplicity fool you. Done consistently, they send a powerful message to your body. Keep these muscles active, we still need them. Let's take Mr. Henry, a 77-year-old retired librarian. For years, he avoided exercise because he was afraid of falling. But he started noticing how difficult it had become to get out of his chair or to walk from the living room to the kitchen without leaning on furniture. His granddaughter showed him a few basic exercises he could do while holding onto the kitchen counter, marching in place, calf raises, and sit-to-stand movements. He started with just 5 minutes a day. After 2 weeks, he felt steadier. After 1 month, he could get up from the couch without using his hands. All it took was a few minutes of gentle movement to awaken the muscles that had been sleeping for years. Here's how you can start too. First, try marching in place, either standing or seated. Lift one knee slowly, lower it, then lift the other. This activates your hip flexors, thighs, and core muscles, which are all essential for walking. If you're standing, make sure you hold onto a counter or chair for support. Next, move to calf raises. Stand behind a chair, hold the backrest, and gently rise onto your toes, lifting your heels off the ground. Pause for a second, then lower back down. This helps strengthen your ankles and calves, which are key to balance and climbing stairs. Another simple but powerful movement is the sit-to-stand exercise. Sit on a sturdy chair, cross your arms over your chest, and slowly rise to a standing position. Then slowly sit back down with control. This mirrors a movement we do many times a day, and strengthening it helps prevent falls, improves independence, and boosts confidence. If you're not sure where to begin, set a small goal. 5 minutes a day, maybe during your morning coffee or while watching the news. These exercises don't need to be perfect. What matters most is that you keep showing up, even for a few minutes at a time. Remember, consistency is more powerful than intensity. You're not trying to become a bodybuilder. You're trying to stay mobile, steady, and strong enough to enjoy your life. And these small movements, done with care, are a big part of that. In the next section, we'll shift from movement to something many people forget: hydration. You may be surprised to learn how simply not drinking enough water could be silently making your muscles weaker, your joints stiffer, and your body more fatigued. Let's talk about why water is just as important as exercise in protecting your strength. Number 4, the second mistake: not drinking enough water. When we talk about muscle loss or weakness in older adults, most people think of lack of exercise or not eating enough protein. But there's one silent habit that contributes just as much, and it's often ignored: not drinking enough water. Yes, something as simple as water can make the difference between feeling strong and feeling fatigued, between moving freely and feeling stiff, between having energy or struggling to get through the day. After the age of 60, our body's natural sense of thirst begins to fade. That means you might not feel thirsty, even when your body desperately needs hydration. And when your body is short on water, your muscles dry out, your joints lose lubrication, and your energy drops. Dehydrated muscles become less flexible, more prone to cramps, and slower to recover. Over time, this lack of water contributes to weakness, poor coordination, and even increased risk of falls. Let's look at Mildred, 74 years old. She stayed active and ate well, but still felt tired and sore most mornings. She assumed it was just age. But when her doctor asked how much water she drank, she admitted she barely had 2 glasses a day. Once she made the simple change of drinking water regularly, 1 glass in the morning, another mid-afternoon, and more with meals, her energy improved, her legs felt lighter, and she noticed fewer headaches and less dizziness. Water plays a critical role in nearly every function of the body, but especially in the muscles. It helps transport nutrients to muscle cells, remove waste, and keep tissues flexible. Without enough water, muscles can't contract efficiently, and they fatigue more easily. Even mild dehydration can affect your strength and how well you move. And here's the surprising part: by the time you feel thirsty, you may already be dehydrated. So what can you do to fix this? Start small and steady. Aim to drink a glass of water first thing in the morning and continue sipping throughout the day. Don't wait until you're thirsty. Choose water-rich foods like cucumbers, oranges, melons, and soups. Keep a water bottle nearby as a gentle reminder. If plain water is hard to drink, try warm herbal teas or infuse your water with lemon, mint, or a few berries. If you've been doing all the right things, exercising, eating well, but still feel like your body is dragging, ask yourself, have I had enough water today? That question might be the key to unlocking more strength, energy, and ease of movement than you thought possible. In the next section, we'll take a closer look at how to stay properly hydrated, even if you don't feel thirsty, and how good hydration works hand in hand with the nutrients your muscles need to thrive. Number 5, how to stay hydrated. Even if you don't feel thirsty, you've heard it before, drink plenty of water. But why does it feel so difficult, especially as we get older? For many people over 60, the sensation of thirst becomes less noticeable, and this can be dangerous. Dehydration is one of the most common, yet overlooked causes of muscle weakness, joint stiffness, and even fatigue. But don't worry, There are simple ways to stay hydrated, even if your body isn't signaling thirst the way it used to. The first step is recognizing that dehydration doesn't always make you feel thirsty. It can show up as feeling tired, having trouble concentrating, feeling lightheaded, or noticing that your skin feels dry. When your body doesn't get enough water, your muscles can't function properly, and this can lead to cramps, discomfort, and even muscle soreness. Joints become stiff and less flexible, making it harder to move freely. The muscles that support your balance and mobility aren't getting the hydration they need to perform their best. Take Clara's example. At 71, she had a healthy diet and was fairly active, but she found herself getting tired more easily, especially after a walk. Her legs felt heavy and her knees were creaky. After checking in with her doctor, she realized that although she was eating well, her water intake was far below what her body needed. Clara started making a conscious effort to drink water regularly throughout the day, starting with a glass in the morning, one before lunch, and another in the evening. After just a few days, she noticed that her legs didn't feel as heavy, her balance improved, and she had more energy during the day. So how can you make hydration a part of your routine, even if you don't feel thirsty? First, start your day with a glass of water as soon as you wake up. This kickstarts your metabolism and helps hydrate you after a night of sleep. Sip throughout the day rather than drinking large amounts all at once. Carry a water bottle with you. Having it nearby makes it easier to remember to drink. You can also try infusing your water with a little flavor, like lemon, cucumber, or mint, if plain water feels bland. Another great way to hydrate is through water-rich foods. Many fruits and vegetables have high water content and can help keep you hydrated. Think of oranges, strawberries, cucumbers, celery, and watermelon. Soups and broths are also fantastic ways to hydrate, especially in colder months, when you might not feel like drinking cold water. Even drinking herbal teas counts toward hydration, and they offer added health benefits like improving digestion or relaxation. One easy rule to remember is the 1 glass every hour strategy. Aim for at least 8 glasses of water per day. But don't stress if you don't get exactly that. The key is consistency. A small glass of water every hour will add up over time, helping to keep your muscles flexible, your joints lubricated, and your energy levels high. And remember, hydration isn't just about the amount of water you drink, it's about how regularly you hydrate your body. Even mild dehydration can cause your muscles to work less efficiently and your joints to stiffen. So drinking consistently throughout the day is vital to your overall muscle health. Now that we've covered hydration, in the next section, we'll dive into the third and final mistake that many seniors make when it comes to muscle health. Not getting enough protein. We'll explain why protein is the building block of muscle maintenance and how to ensure you're getting enough to stay strong and active. Number 6. The third mistake, not getting enough protein. By now you might be wondering, what about protein? After all, we hear it everywhere. Protein is essential for building muscle. But for many older adults, protein intake doesn't always meet the body's growing needs. As we age, our body's ability to use protein to build and repair muscle diminishes. This means that even though you might be eating protein, your body might not be using it as efficiently as it once did. That's why getting enough protein and ensuring it's spread throughout the day is one of the most critical things you can do to protect your muscle mass and prevent further loss. Muscle is constantly breaking down and rebuilding, and this process requires protein, the building block that repairs muscle fibers. Without enough protein, your muscles become weaker, more prone to injury, and less able to recover from normal daily activities. Imagine your muscles as bricks in a building. If the bricks aren't being replaced fast enough, the structure becomes weak. Protein is the mortar that holds everything together, ensuring your muscles stay strong, healthy, and functional. Let's take the story of Carla, 70 years old, who had been noticing weakness in her legs and arms over the last few months. She had always been a healthy eater, but after a visit to her doctor, she realized her protein intake wasn't enough for her body's needs. While her diet included vegetables and grains, her meals lacked enough high-quality protein sources. Carla was advised to increase her intake of lean meats, dairy, and legumes. Once she made the change, she started feeling more energized, and over the course of a few weeks, she noticed less fatigue and stronger legs. So how much protein do you actually need? The general guideline for adults is around 0.8 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. But for older adults, the recommendation is higher, around 1 to 1.2 grams per kilogram of body weight. For example, if you weigh 150 pounds, about 68 kilograms, you should aim for about 68 to 82 grams of protein per day. This might sound like a lot, but it's achievable by eating protein at every meal. Good sources of protein for older adults include eggs, chicken, turkey, fish, and plant-based options like tofu, lentils, beans, quinoa, and nuts. Greek yogurt is another great option, as it's rich in both protein and calcium, which helps protect bones. If you're not a fan of meat, plant-based protein sources can also be just as effective at rebuilding muscle. The key is to spread your protein intake throughout the day. Try to include a source of protein at each meal, whether it's scrambled eggs for breakfast, chicken on a salad for lunch, or tofu stir-fry for dinner. This will help your body utilize the protein effectively and keep your muscles in the best shape possible. Remember, protein isn't just about building muscle. It's about repairing the muscle you already have. Even if you're doing all the right exercises, without the right fuel, your muscles won't recover and rebuild as efficiently. And it's not just about quantity, it's about quality. Choose whole, unprocessed sources of protein to ensure you're getting the best nutrients for your body. In the next section, we'll show you how simple habits like movement, hydration, and proper nutrition can be combined into an easy routine that helps you stay strong, mobile, and independent. We'll also share a few practical tips to help you get started today. Number 7. Best protein sources for seniors. Now that we understand how important protein is for maintaining muscle mass, the next question is, where do we get it from? Protein is essential for rebuilding muscles and keeping them strong, but not all protein sources are created equal. For older adults, it's important to choose proteins that are easily digestible, nutritious, and accessible. Fortunately, there are many delicious and healthy protein-rich foods that you can add to your daily meals to help protect your muscles and joints. Let's take Frank, a 72-year-old retired engineer, as an example. Frank had always eaten a well-balanced diet, but in recent years he noticed his legs felt weaker and he was struggling with climbing stairs. His doctor advised him to increase his protein intake because he wasn't getting enough of it to support his muscles. Frank began incorporating more high-quality protein into his meals, and he quickly saw positive changes. Chicken became one of Frank's go-to sources of protein. He would grill or bake a chicken breast, which provides about 30 grams of protein per serving. Chicken is low in fat and easy to prepare, making it an ideal protein for older adults who want to maintain muscle mass without adding extra calories. Frank started adding chicken to salads, soups, and sandwiches, which made it easy to increase his daily protein intake. Frank also began enjoying salmon, which not only provided high-quality protein, around 22 grams per 3-ounce serving, but also omega-3 fatty acids, which are great for reducing inflammation and improving joint health. He would often have salmon fillets with roasted vegetables for dinner, and he found it gave him both muscle support and joint relief, making him feel more mobile and comfortable. In addition to animal-based proteins, Frank started incorporating more plant-based sources into his meals, such as lentils and chickpeas. For example, he added lentils to stews and soups, which provided him with about 18 grams of protein per cup. Lentils are rich in fiber, which is also beneficial for digestive health, and they are a great option for those looking for plant-based protein. He also loved Greek yogurt, which provided him with 20 grams of protein per cup. Frank would enjoy a bowl of Greek yogurt for breakfast, topped with berries and a sprinkle of chia seeds. This combination not only added protein, but also fiber and healthy fats to his diet. One of Frank's favorite snacks became almonds. A small handful of almonds gives him around 6 grams of protein, and he enjoys them in between meals, along with a piece of fruit. Frank found that keeping protein-rich snacks on hand helped prevent him from skipping meals or turning to less healthy options. After a few weeks of consistently adding more protein to his meals, Frank noticed a significant improvement. His muscles felt stronger, his energy levels increased, and his balance improved. Climbing stairs became easier, and he felt more confident in his ability to stay active. Most importantly, he felt empowered knowing that he was making simple, healthy changes that would support his independence for years to come. For you, the key is to include a source of protein at every meal, whether it's eggs, fish, tofu, or legumes. Protein doesn't have to be complicated or expensive. By making small adjustments, like having a protein-rich breakfast, adding a lean protein to lunch, and incorporating plant-based options like beans or quinoa, you can give your muscles the fuel they need to stay strong. In the next section, we'll show you how to combine all these habits, movement, hydration, and nutrition, into a simple routine that works for your lifestyle. Number 8, building a simple daily muscle-protecting routine. Now that we know the importance of movement, hydration, and protein for maintaining strong muscles, it's time to put it all together into a simple daily routine. Creating a consistent routine doesn't have to be difficult or time-consuming. In fact, just a few minutes a day can make a huge difference in how you feel and how well your muscles perform. Let's take Martha, for example. Martha is 70 years old, and for a while she felt like her energy was dropping and her muscles were becoming weaker. After learning about the importance of movement, hydration, and protein, she decided to make small but consistent changes to her daily routine. She started with just a 5-minute walk in the morning, followed by a glass of water and then a protein-rich breakfast. Over time, Martha noticed that her legs felt stronger, she had more energy, and her balance improved. These small habits quickly became part of her day and gave her the strength to do the things she loved, like gardening and walking to the park. So how can you create a similar routine? Start your day with a 5-minute movement session. This could be marching in place, leg lifts, or any simple exercise you enjoy. You can do this while watching TV or listening to music. The key is to move your muscles, gently but consistently. By waking up your muscles first thing in the morning, you're telling your body we're ready to go. Next, drink a glass of water as soon as you wake up. This helps kickstart your metabolism and hydrate your muscles after a night of rest. Throughout the day, keep a water bottle nearby and sip regularly, even if you don't feel thirsty. You don't have to drink a lot all at once. Small sips throughout the day are just as effective. Of it to support his muscles. Frank began incorporating more high-quality protein into his meals, and he quickly saw positive changes. Chicken became one of Frank's go-to sources of protein. He would grill or bake a chicken breast, which provides about 30 grams of protein per serving. Chicken is low in fat and easy to prepare, making it an ideal protein for older adults who want to maintain muscle mass without adding extra calories. Frank started adding chicken to salads, soups, and sandwiches, which made it easy to increase his daily protein intake. Frank also began enjoying salmon, which not only provided high-quality protein, around 22 grams per 3-ounce serving, but also omega-3 fatty acids, which are great for reducing inflammation and improving joint health. He would often have salmon fillets with roasted vegetables for dinner, and he found it gave him both muscle support and joint relief, making him feel more mobile and comfortable. In addition to animal-based proteins, Frank started incorporating more plant-based sources into his meals, such as lentils and chickpeas. For example, he added lentils to stews and soups, which provided him with about 18 grams of protein per cup. Lentils are rich in fiber, which is also beneficial for digestive health, and they are a great option for those looking for plant-based protein. He also loved Greek yogurt, which provided him with 20 grams of protein per cup. Frank would enjoy a bowl of Greek yogurt for breakfast, topped with berries and a sprinkle of chia seeds. This combination not only added protein, but also fiber and healthy fats to his diet. One of Frank's favorite snacks became almonds. A small handful of almonds gives him around 6 grams of protein, and he enjoys them in between meals, along with a piece of fruit. Frank found that keeping protein-rich snacks on hand helped prevent him from skipping meals or turning to less healthy options. After a few weeks of consistently adding more protein to his meals, Frank noticed a significant improvement. His muscles felt stronger, his energy levels increased, and his balance improved. Climbing stairs became easier, and he felt more confident in his ability to stay active. Most importantly, he felt empowered knowing that he was making simple, healthy changes that would support his independence for years to come. For you, the key is to include a source of protein at every meal, whether it's eggs, fish, tofu, or legumes. Protein doesn't have to be complicated or expensive. By making small adjustments, like having a protein-rich breakfast, adding a lean protein to lunch, and incorporating plant-based options like beans or quinoa, you can give your muscles the fuel they need to stay strong. In the next section, we'll show you how to combine all these habits, movement, hydration, and nutrition, into a simple routine that works for your lifestyle. Number 8. Building a simple daily muscle-protecting routine. Now that we know the importance of movement, hydration, and protein for maintaining strong muscles, it's time to put it all together into a simple daily routine. Creating a consistent routine doesn't have to be difficult or time-consuming. In fact, just a few minutes a day can make a huge difference in how you feel and how well your muscles perform. Let's take Martha, for example. Martha is 70 years old, and for a while she felt like her energy was dropping and her muscles were becoming weaker. After learning about the importance of movement, hydration, and protein, she decided to make small but consistent changes to her daily routine. She started with just a 5-minute walk in the morning, followed by a glass of water and then a protein-rich breakfast. Over time, Martha noticed that her legs felt stronger, she had more energy, and her balance improved. These small habits quickly became part of her day and gave her the strength to do the things she loved, like gardening and walking to the park. So how can you create a similar routine? Start your day with a 5-minute movement session. This could be marching in place, leg lifts, or any simple exercise you enjoy. You can do this while watching TV or listening to music. The key is to move your muscles, gently but consistently. By waking up your muscles first thing in the morning, you're telling your body, we're ready to go. Next, drink a glass of water as soon as you wake up. This helps kickstart your metabolism and hydrate your muscles after a night of rest. Throughout the day, keep a water bottle nearby and sip regularly, even if you don't feel thirsty. You don't have to drink a lot all at once. Small sips throughout the day are just as effective. For meals, make sure you eat a protein-rich breakfast. This could be as simple as having eggs, Greek yogurt, or a smoothie with protein powder. Then for lunch and dinner, try to include lean protein sources like chicken, fish, tofu, or lentils in your meals. Remember, it's not just about the quantity of protein, it's about spreading it out over the day so your body has a steady supply to support muscle repair and growth. And don't forget your snacks. A handful of almonds or a small piece of cheese can add a protein boost between meals. You don't have to make every snack a protein-packed meal, but adding even small amounts throughout the day helps keep your muscles fueled and energized. Lastly, make sure you include some gentle stretching before bed. This can help relax your muscles, improve flexibility, and prepare your body for a restful sleep. Just 10 minutes of simple stretches like reaching for your toes, shoulder rolls, or hip flexor stretches can improve your range of motion and keep you feeling loose and comfortable. By combining movement, hydration, and protein into your daily routine, you're giving your body everything it needs to stay strong, flexible, and healthy. The best part, you don't need to spend hours at the gym or make drastic changes. Small, consistent habits lead to big results over time. In the next section, we'll talk about how to make this routine sustainable and easy to fit into your lifestyle. We'll also share some tips for staying motivated and making these habits stick, so you can enjoy an active and healthy life for years to come. Number 9, how to make this routine stick. Starting a new routine can be a bit intimidating, especially when you're trying to create healthy habits as you get older. But the good news is that making these habits stick doesn't require drastic changes or a complete lifestyle overhaul. It's about small, sustainable actions that you can do each day. The key to success is consistency, and once you get into the groove, you'll find these habits naturally become part of your day. Let's look at Helen, for example. Helen is 75 years old, and while she used to feel strong and energetic, she noticed that after retirement, her energy began to wane, and her muscles started feeling weaker. She knew something had to change, so she made a commitment to incorporate more movement, drink more water, and eat more protein. At first, she found it challenging to stay consistent, especially on days when she felt tired or distracted. But Helen learned that pairing new habits with things she already did made it easier. For instance, she started walking for 5 minutes right after brewing her morning coffee. That small addition didn't feel like a huge effort, but it became a consistent part of her routine. She also placed a water bottle near her favorite chair and in the kitchen, so it was always within arm's reach. With protein, she started preparing simple snacks like Greek yogurt with nuts or hard-boiled eggs the night before. This saved her time and ensured she never missed a healthy snack. To make sure you stick with your routine, start with small, manageable steps. Focus on doing a little bit every day, even if it's just for 5 to 10 minutes. If you aim for big goals all at once, it can feel overwhelming, and that's when it's easy to give up. Instead, start with something achievable, like walking for 5 minutes, and build on that each day. The more consistent you are, the easier it will become. Set reminders on your phone or use sticky notes around the house to help you remember your hydration or movement goals. Link new habits to something you already do, such as drinking a glass of water after brushing your teeth or stretching while watching TV. This helps your body get used to the new habits and makes them feel less like a chore. Enjoy the process as much as possible. Try out different exercises, flavor your water with fruits, or experiment with new protein-rich meals. Making the routine enjoyable means you're more likely to stick with it. Also, don't be afraid to ask for support from a friend or family member. It's easier to stay motivated when you know someone else is cheering you on. Celebrate your progress. Tracking even the smallest wins, like feeling less stiff or walking a bit further, can keep you motivated to keep going. Remember that it's about being consistent, not perfect. Life happens, and some days you may skip your walk or forget to drink enough water, but that's okay. What matters is getting back on track the next day. Small, regular steps lead to long-term success, so don't rush. Just focus on steady improvement. The more you stick with it, the more natural it will feel. By starting small, staying consistent, and enjoying the process, you'll gradually build habits that support your strength and well-being for years to come. By now, you've learned how important it is to move your body, stay hydrated, and eat enough protein to maintain muscle mass and strength as you age. But let's be clear, it's not about perfection, it's about progress. The small steps you take today, whether it's drinking a glass of water, walking for 5 minutes, or having a protein-packed meal, add up to a stronger, more independent you. The journey to muscle health is a lifelong one, but the good news is that you don't have to do it alone. You have the power to make small, positive changes every day that will have a big impact over time. Think of it like building a strong foundation for your body. Each action, no matter how small, makes a difference. Every time you get up to walk, stretch, or nourish your muscles, you are investing in your future. Muscle loss doesn't have to be a part of growing older. With the right habits, you can feel stronger, more energetic, and more confident in every step you take. And remember, it's not about doing everything perfectly. What matters is that you keep showing up day after day and making the small positive choices that lead to lasting results. So take a moment and congratulate yourself for taking the time to learn about how you can protect your muscles and maintain your strength as you age. It's never too late to start. Start with one small change today, whether it's adding a few minutes of movement or drinking a bit more water, and build on that. As you do, you'll notice improvements in your energy, your mobility, and your overall quality of life. Thank you for joining us today. Keep moving, stay hydrated, fuel your body with protein, and never forget that your health and independence are worth the effort. Here's to your strength, to your future, and to the joy of living an active, independent life for years to come. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and haven't yet liked and subscribed, now is the perfect time to do so. It really helps our channel grow and reach more people who need this kind of helpful content. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you'll always know when a new video is up. Your support truly means the world to us. Take care, and we'll see you in the next video.